This is the low light camera comparison with the iPhone 14 Pro Max, and I'm going to compare this one to the iPhone 13 Pro Max that I have here in the pocket as well, to see if there is an improvement between these two. Because Apple claims that the low light performance with the wide angle lens and the telephoto lens is twice as good. But they don't say compared to what. And the ultra wide lens should have 3 times better low light performance. So after the test, we're gonna do everything we can. We're gonna take photos, we're gonna take videos, we're gonna take a different kind of resolutions, 12 megapixels, 48 megapixels, and we're really gonna see when does it shine and when does it fail. So we're gonna start with the iPhone 14 Pro Max. And the thing is, this is recorded on the Sony a7S III, and that one has only 12 megapixels, but it has really large pixels, so it should be as good as possible in low light. That's why I'm gonna reset and change to the Pro capture format on the iPhone 14 Pro Max is for 12 megapixels and not 48. And to do that, we go into the camera settings app, we scroll to camera, and then we select the format. We're gonna go into the Pro RAW resolution, and we're gonna change that and make sure it's set to 12 megapixels. And now the iPhone 14 Pro Max should be set up for the best low light capability. So the first thing I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna walk here in this path here, and here we have the street lights that are giving us some weird shininess and light situation. So I'm gonna walk down here, and we're gonna see how well this looks on the iPhone 13 Pro Max versus iPhone 14 Pro Max. And it's really, really windy here today, so hopefully the audio goes in as it's supposed to. Let's do the first filming. So this is a 0.5 lens, the ultra wide lens, and that one is supposed to be 3 times better in low light. I don't know, this is 3 times better than the iPhone 13 Pro Max. What do you think? Leave a comment which one you think is the best one. Now let's switch to the telephoto lens. That one is supposed to be 2 times better than the iPhone 13 Pro Max. See if we can find a camera. It's standing over here. This is 2 times better than the iPhone 13 Pro Max. What does it look like out in the field here? What if we go up to the moon? So this is a selfie camera to see if that one is better on the iPhone 14 Pro Max versus the iPhone 13 Pro Max. I don't know, what do you think? Is it better, or let's see if we can have the moon in the background. That's nice, isn't it? Yeah. And here we have different lighting situations. If we have light in front of our eyes, in the background. Let's go down here so we can see what it looks like when we have this dark field as the background. Do we get any more details? Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do, that is that I'm gonna take some sample pictures to see what that looks like. I'm gonna use all the 3 lenses as well, and we're gonna compare to see which one takes the best pictures. And we're still gonna be in the 12 megapixel setup for the iPhone 14 Pro Max, and then I'm also gonna try the 48 megapixel setting just to see how that works. So we're gonna use this Peak Design travel tripod to set up our cameras. It's amazing because you also have the included integrated phone mount in the travel tripod, so it works perfect. I think we're even gonna set up 2 of them. This is the carbon fiber one, and in here we have this little fancy little adapter thingy that makes it possible to attach the phone in here. I'll take the first picture on the 14 Pro Max and the 13 Pro Max. So now we're just going to take some pictures of ourselves here also, so we know what that looks like. So what we need to do is that we need to take a little bit longer selfie timer, and now it's just to run around to the other side like that. gonna stand here, see what it looks like. And now let's go over to portrait mode. Now let's change scenery so we get a little scenery where we have a little bit more light introduced. I'm gonna go down to the street down here. I just changed my mind here when I was packing up everything. I actually gonna walk down here on this open field. It's pitch dark. I don't know if you can see anything down here, but it's really dark. Within my naked eye, I can't see anything from up here. I really have to boost the ISO on the Sony a7 III here. It's up to 80,000 for you to see me at all. And I can see that we have some kind of path down here. I don't know if you can see it. It's really hard to see. But we're gonna see what we can see. We're gonna see what we can see through the iPhone 14 Pro Max and iPhone 13 Pro Max. Let's bring them out. And then, you know, when you take night photos, the iPhones allow you to set how many seconds of shutter speed you would like to have. And that is actually depending on the light situation you are in. The longest you can get is 30 seconds, but that is only available if the light situation allow you to. So for example, if you're gonna take astrophoto where everything is dark, you don't have any light pollution, well, then you're gonna be able to get up to 30 seconds. This is also a tricky situation because we have a dark foreground and then a very bright background. So that's hard for the camera to adjust to know what it should expose for. Now we're gonna take a picture of this blue sign over here. Let me move myself out of the picture so you can see what it looks like. So there we have lots of details in the small letters on this distance. So let's compare the 48 megapixel versus the 12 megapixel image in low light on the iPhone 14 Pro Max. And put them up side by side. So what do you think? Which one of these two has the best low light performance? Let's zoom in on these images a little bit so we can see the letters better. What do you think? Which one of these two is 48 megapixels versus 12 megapixels? It's not that easy, is it? The thing is, with the iPhone 14 Pro Max, if you set it to 48 megapixels and you take a picture when the low light setting is enabled, then the camera automatically switches from 48 megapixels to 12 megapixels. Because the 12 megapixels that then are 4 times the size of the 48 megapixels, that gives a lot better low light performance. So you can take a 48 megapixel image when the low light and night mode is enabled. What I've done is that I've always kept one of the phones to the left and the other one to the right. The left one is the iPhone 14 Pro Max and the right one, that is iPhone 13 Pro Max. Watch that video now, because that is the video that YouTube recommended to watch next, and the video on that side, well, that is the latest uploaded video I have. See you in one of those videos. Hope you like this one, like it and subscribe. Bye.